Alright, well, hello guys, this is Christo with ChristoSays.com or at ChristoSays on Twitter, and then this YouTube channel that is unfortunately actually the username Deadringer, Dedringer. That was a name I used to go by years ago. Started using the YouTube channel, didn't feel like getting a different username and migrating stuff over, blah blah blah. So anyways, yes, that's this. So what you're looking at here is the game Godus by 22Cans. This is the beta release that they've got out to the public, and this was a game that will get a lot of publicity, especially with their Kickstarter campaign, and that's how they funded the initial project for this. And how do I describe this game? It is purported to or supposed to be a god game, kind of in the likes and the heritage of games such as Populous or Black and White. And well, let's just say this is still a beta and the jury is still out. According to 22Cans, and they even show it when you have the splash screen, this game is about 40% complete. And I'm going to have to say, I have to wholeheartedly agree with that. I'm not saying that as a criticism or any kind of negative against the game, because it is still beta, and I still believe they are really working on development, putting new game mechanics, context, objectives, whatever you want to call it, into this game. It's still very much a work in progress. That being said, there are a few things that need to be changed. And I'm making this video right now to put on YouTube, but I know what I'm going to say is not anything new. And if you look at the discussion boards, it's pretty much a going theme. But for me, there's two big problems. Two major problems, and a third slightly annoyance, but we'll see what happens in the future as I progress within this game. But number one, I am afraid for my mouse. I am deathly afraid for my mouse. I fear that before I even finish with this beta, that my mouse is going to die. There is entirely way too much clicking. Especially when you're trying to get belief, and even sculpting the land. It's click, 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 just to get it. Placing settlements does alleviate some of the problem. It's a really loud musical note chorus thing when you click it. I probably should turn down the volume. Whoa. Okay, that's also ugly. Wait, max 4, 3, 2, 1 off. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, basically 6 settings for volume. That is not acceptable. It should really be a slider. Okay, but we won't get into those nitpicks just at the moment. I'm not even going to talk about those. But what I'm going to show right now is my annoyance with the game. These are all the houses I have. Placing more and more settlements gets very costly, so I only have a handful of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut to another recording I did of me collecting belief from every house, and then we'll come back. It's going to be sped up. I'm not going to put y'all through the misery of watching me click real time. So, alright, on to the video of me collecting belief. Okay, anyway, so we're back now, and as you can see, and I don't even have probably as many houses as a lot of people have, that is quite an exercise to be clicking, 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 clicking. And it's not uncommon when I'm clicking a house, I'll be clicking a lot, and all of a sudden I accidentally pull the land. I'm like, oh no, 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 go back, and I'm trying to get the land. See, and the house is gone. Now, thankfully, these guys will rebuild it, but there needs to be just something. They need to change the mechanics in collecting belief. And yes, I know that's why we have settlements, and there is a sacrifice you must make to make it easier for you. But something's just not right with that whole system. Not to mention having to, when you're sculpting land, I'm constantly, when I'm trying to sculpt this land here, I'm click, click, click. This is so tedious. Thank goodness for cliff sculpting. But can't there be a brush of some sort, some other tool that I can select? When you pull the menu over here, there's a sculpt tool, the totems and things. I wish there was another god card that was like raise and lower lands, so I can select it on its own god power, and you just click and hold, and it would take the land down. If I want to go back, I can select it, or it works just like the smart sculpt where you left click and it brings out. If you hold down left click, why can't it bring out? And then if you right click, just like when you double right click, if you hold down right click, you can just hold it and sculpt the land. Maybe it costs a little more belief to do it that way or something, but there needs to be some mechanic that allows me to not have to click so much. I'm serious. My mouse might die before they put another update to the beta. And frankly, I use a wireless trackpad. What is this? The Logitech M570. It's I use a trackball, and they're not expensive, but I don't want to have to. They're not cheap either, but I don't want to have to buy a new mouse just because of a really dumb game mechanic. So that's a little bit of a beef, and I'm hoping they'll maybe smooth that out a little bit. But another very big annoyance that I'll put before I end this video is the camera control. So you can rotate, and that's all fine and dandy, but it always, when you start panning, it wants to reorientate itself. So let's say I have this, and I can zoom in. I can even move just a little bit. Okay. See, can't move too much at a time, because what happens is if you move too up, I lost it. It reorientates itself, and I don't get that. If you're trying to sculpt the land, I can sculpt all of this stuff quite easily, although there are times it's very buggy, and you'll be clicking, and see, now it's doing it now, but there's times where I'm clicking and nothing's happening, absolutely nothing. But anyway, so I can see all of this fairly well, and I can pan a little bit, and see, there we go. I'm clicking, there we go. I'm sure I'm not hitting the right spots, but there are times it just wasn't working no matter where I clicked. But see, I can't see what's happening over there, so let's turn it a little bit, and I can work on it. But so now I'm over here, but I want to scroll up to see more. I can very easily move up little bit by little bit. I've lost it. Okay, so that works. But let's say I really want to move over in one fell swoop up. Yeah, it reorientates itself no matter what. Huge annoyance. And I've also noticed that at certain camera angles, it makes land sculpting almost non-responsive 100%. So this camera angle, I don't understand why can't I stay at this position and then move? Nope, not allowed. I don't understand that, and that needs to be changed. There's no sense to it. It doesn't make sense why they make it rubber band back to its original orientation. So anyways, for me, those are the two big beefs. The other one is right now the land expansion's almost at a halt, and I don't know if that's just because it's a beta and that's bad design, or obviously it's because it's beta, I'm sure. So I don't really want to move out of my confined, so I'll probably flatten the rest of this land and expand. But so the excessive clicking and camera orientation, those are two big things I think they need to work on PDQ pretty darn quick. So anyways, guys, until next time, this is Christo saying see you later.